When I was just a young lad, my dad used to take me to work with him to work on cars. And when I got my license, he let me use his car. But I didn't feel it was the right car for me. And after seeing some awesome restorations, I wanted to find a car of my own to build. There it is, my Cuda. It was destined for the scrapyard. But a guy named Bruce started to restore it and brought it to Real, and he put a big block in it. Then Greg painted it burgundy, and I ended up seeing it in a car show. And with some wheeling and dealing, the car became mine. And I started to make some changes to make it my own. And then I met Barry. And Barry brought me to Duparquet, a racetrack in Quebec. And it was one of the first times I went drag racing. But I wasn't going to race my car. Barry's going to race his car, and I would be his pit crew. And some of the guys he raced became a lot faster over the years. And Brian's there, ripping up the track with Shark Attack. But that was a while ago. And the track is still going strong today, with races scheduled every summer. Here, watch a few. Those were the good old days, and it got me cranked up. Now, it's time to start building my Mopar. I wasn't sure what color I wanted. Black, like a classic muscle car, blue with a white hockey stick stripe, or the famous Hemi-orange with a billboard stripe. So, I put everything back to look original. But I wasn't happy with the rims. I needed some tires. So I borrowed a set of center lines off Barry. And center lines back in the day were the rims you wanted. They were hard to find, so I went and seen Real, and he hooked me up with a set of American racing rims, which seemed to do the trick. Now, for some more horsepower. Ryan's Shark Attack is semi-retired, so I acquired the 440 from it. I pulled out my 400 block, did some detail work, and I started doing some upgrades to the 440. And of course, everybody wants a six-pack. I found a good set of six-pack carbs, but back then you didn't have the internet, so I had to do my research old school. And the six-pack carbs were set up with mechanical secondaries. I removed the vacuum secondaries so that when you stepped on it, it would set you back in your seat. The Shark is for Brian's Shark Attack, and the Horse and Buggy is for Schumacher Bus Lines, where I worked as a mechanic for 15 years. At that time, there was a few other things that I wanted to tackle. I rebuilt my brake booster, put on a new master cylinder. I installed some frame connectors, and I replaced the rear leaf springs. I pulled my fuel tank and installed a new one from Spectre. I also replaced the front and rear bumpers along with the rear body moldings. I had some paint corrections to do. I removed my 340 decal, since now I'm replacing it with a 440, and I ended up having to repaint my doors. Now, with the new 440 decal on, it looks pretty good. I also had issues with my trunk lid, so I ordered a new trunk lid from AMD, and I made some body line improvements, correcting the fitment of the trunk lid. I used up the remainder of my PPG acrylic urethane, and I painted my trunk lid and the back of the Cuda in my garage. I also replaced the hardware for the trunk, repainted the floor, and installed a new carpet. Lots of patience.
Long road travel, dust in my eyes, revving up engines under endless skies. Memories fade, but the passion won't die. Chasing that dream with a battle cry. My Mopar roar cutting through the night. Steel and chrome shining in the light. The distance began, this quest won't end. My Cuda and me forever will mend. My power cutting through the night. Steel and chrome shining in the light. Distance be damned, this quest won't end. My Cuda and me forever will mend.
Right on in.
Rust and scars tell stories untold. Pistons scream while the highway unfolds. Empty towns and forgotten lands. Tunnel vision gripping the wheel in my hands. Years roll by, but the fire stays hot. Cuda's calling, pulling me off my lot. Heart's alive when I take that drive. Promise of freedom keeping me alive. My Mopar.
So now that the Cuda is running good and strong, Barry and I decided to go to Kirkland Lake to go drag racing. So I rented a U-Haul and we headed out. Unfortunately, we got rained out. I disassembled Shark Attack, finding 12:1 compression ratio, a 533 lift cam, and a balanced rotating assembly. So I installed a new set of Icon balanced pistons. I purchased a 600 lift cam and aluminum cylinder heads from TrickFlow. I got a ported 6-pack intake from Mancini Racing. I replaced the main and rod bearings with race bearings from King. And I set it up so I'd have a 40 thou quench. I degreed my cam and set the end play on my camshaft. Installed some Harlem Sharp roller rockers and a Mylodon adjustable oil pump. I replaced the rear main seal, which was fun. And I fabricated an external pickup for my Mylodon road race oil pan. I contacted Promax Carbs and got a set of their metering plates, a rear base plate, and an emulsion block. And I rebuilt my 6-pack again. I upgraded my ignition with MSD, a ready-to-run distributor, timing control, and new spark plug wires. I got a new SMR racing transmission. I threw in some QA1 front suspension, and I also upgraded to Wellwood brakes. Shark Attack now is a 451 with around 550 horsepower. Mr. Caesar, my high school shop teacher, he gave me the keys to his Nova and said, if you get caught, you stole it.
Further, a little bit further.
It's my first car that I bought 35 years ago when I was 20.